Hi everyone, welcome to Michelin King live on YouTube. So I thought we'd just update one of the luxury car wax videos. So this normally goes in the collection area of the website, and it's just a bit of a guidance as to which luxury wax is good for you, what's good for your paint, and also we'll just run through an update because we've had some updates to the range since our last video, so I thought now's a good time just to update everyone with the new waxes. So to start off with, what is the luxury car wax collection and why does it differ from our core range? So the luxury car wax collection, excuse me, these are waxes where they are not petroleum-based waxes, so they only use natural oils and waxes to get the final result. They're quite different in terms of their application. So essentially, the longer you can leave this wax on the paint, the better it'll look, simply because you don't have that petroleum part or blend where it's evaporating. So many of the oils, it's nice to let them settle and actually nourish the paint more so, or when it's slightly better weather, or even just having clear skies with the sun out as we do today. So this is mid-January and we're around about 10 degrees, but actually in the sun, if we were to touch the paintwork just now, it's more than warm enough to apply the wax. So perfect time of the year. Now, to start off with, we've got a new collection of 50ml billet jars. They have been released as an introduction to a new wax called Signature. Signature, there are only 15 50mls available. The first 6 have already been released on the website, so make sure you're one of the first to get that. It comes in the gold billet jar. And then we've also, these are pre-orders right enough, but we've also added in the 50ml billet jar now. They will be officially released officially dispatched on the 1st of February. But again, you can get in with the first batch, because if they sell out, obviously there will be a delay on the next batch coming in. So what I would say is, if you are keen to get one of these jars, make sure you place your order sooner rather than later. So we've got the first wax, very interesting wax, is called Aegis. So that is a mythical shield from Greek mythology. And it's just about protection. It's our first wax of 2024, so it's an important wax for the year, sets the year off correctly. And what it offers, it's a 1 of 25 car wax. Only 25 of these will ever be made this year. So how our limited editions work is it's yearly. There are some on the website where it's just the amount that's made and then they're pulled from the site. But our luxury collection, they renew every year. They're small batches. It's just so that we're offering the luxury waxes, we're offering the quality that we can without going into a commercial production level where the quality will decrease because of that. One of the reasons the quality in the waxes is so high is due to the ingredients, obviously our manufacturing process, but the ingredients as well, simply because these ingredients are slightly more difficult to get hold of, and they're also not always available, which is the interesting thing. So where we source these ingredients from, if for instance the farmer has a poor crop, then that wax will not be released. So there's no guarantee that the wax will still be released the following year. If the crop or the ingredient isn't available, then it will forward on to the following year again. So as I said, Aegis, it's our first wax of 2024. Brilliant wax for this time of year, especially in the cold weather. Lots of protection, very high gloss. So a nice wax to start off. Next, we're on the opposite side of the scale. So we've got Elegance. It's a 1 of 35, out-and-out concourse wax. If you are looking for the glossiest, warmest, and this is the important bit, so it's glossy and warm, whereas Lily is out-and-out gloss. So Elegance has that traditional warmth that you're used to seeing at the likes of Pebble Beach and the concourse events throughout the world. Next up, we've got Rannoch. So Rannoch is one of these waxes that does a lot of things very well. It's the favoured wax of our detailers. It's without a doubt the most favoured wax from the detailers. You know, it's the wax that we sell the most often to our detailers, just simply because it does so many things so well. It's got great protection. You've got the gloss. It's good on metallic. It's good on solid paint, light paint, dark paint. It's very versatile. So a great wax, really good. Philip is one of my version 2. Philip V2 is one of my favourite waxes in the lineup, simply just because I made this wax very early on within the Michelin King career, and it was simply just for my own car. At the time, we only offered Rannoch and some liquids, but the wax, I gave a few samples out to some detailers that were using the products at the time, and the feedback was absolutely phenomenal. So we thought, right, okay, let's release this as well. So Philip, at the time, I had a black metallic paint. So this is a great clarity wax, so great on metallic, and then you've got glass-like reflections as well. So really nice reflective paint. It's just an all-round, it's a very, very nice wax. Montgomery brings us on to the first hybrid of the range. So hybridization in our books just means that we've added in a synthetic material. And in this case, it's to boost hydrophobic properties and also longevity. So Montgomery's a great wax at this time of year. If you're looking for something that's detergent resistant, it's also alkaline resistant to an extent, more alkaline resistant than, say, Rannoch, because it is a hybrid wax. So a great wax all in. In terms of longevity, you'll get about 4 to 5 months out of this, so it's a very, very sturdy wax. Ultra is a very interesting wax. Ultra is one of these waxes that works great in both summer and winter. So if you just want one wax, you only want to buy one wax, I would suggest it would be Ultra. It's got 6 reviews, some of the most reviews within the luxury collection. Bearing in mind, not everyone that buys products leaves a review, but just in terms of the reviews, it's used in the driest, warmest climates, and then it's also used in Scotland, some of the wettest climate that there is. Ivory is a very specific wax. So Ivory is solely for people that have metallic paint. So if you're looking for the most amount of metallic flake, what we call pop from the paint, so the most amount of pop from your paint, then Ivory is definitely one to go to. Only 20 available of that per year. Next, we're getting into the really specialised waxes now. So this is really the area that I like the most. So first up, we've got Rory. Again, it's a 1 of 20, only 20 available this year. It's a super wet look car wax. And that just means that if you want your paint to look as if it's just been washed, then Rory, excuse me, is the one to go for. That brings us on to Empire. So building on that wet look, but also adding in some reflective properties. So if you've got metallic paint, if you've got lighter coloured paint, then Empire is definitely the one to go for. And then, fun enough, we really cover all areas here. Emperor is now going on for your darker paint, so it's a deep gloss paint, so it's got the depth and then it's got a really high gloss to it. The last few waxes that we offer here, these are the upper echelons. I would say if you only want to buy 4 waxes, 3 waxes, just really start at the top of the range and go back. So if you want to buy 4 waxes, Cardinal, Lily, Serpent and Jordan, they will cover you for all events, all paint types, all times of the season, and they are our best waxes. They have the best ingredients in them, the most expensive ingredients, the most exclusive, the most difficult to get. It's just these are our best just showpiece waxes. So Cardinal starts off with the shimmering wet look. Now, if you thought Rory was wet, Cardinal just brings that to another level. Only 18, so you'll start to see as you go up the range, the numbers will fall, so only 18 of that available this year. Lily, without a doubt, is our top selling car wax within the luxury section. It's also within the top 7, I think it is, overall. Now, bearing in mind, we sell over 100 different car waxes on the website. So to be able to get into the top 7, and bearing in mind it's one of the most expensive waxes that we sell, just proves how good a wax that is. Standing tall at 19 reviews on the 13th of January 2024, one of the most reviewed car waxes that we sell, and I think it's just people's disbelief of how good this wax is. So it's our highest gloss. If you want just the best gloss that you've ever experienced, then Lily is always the one that I would suggest. Following on from that, we've got a wax that just came back into circulation this year after some years of being in semi-retirement. It's a Serpine. Now, it's a reflective, deep gloss wax. So if you're looking for, if you get solid paint, this is the one for you. So a really, really nice wax, only 15 available. This brings us on to Jordan, which is our top of the range wax that we offer. Same price point as Lily and Serpine, only 15 available. It was a runaway when we first released it last year, advertised as the creme de la creme because that's what it is. We've also got a really good video of the wax being used on YouTube, so check that out. You can also just follow the link, which I'll put in the description just now. There we go. I'll bring that window back up, sorry guys. So best way to use this is with Titan. So Titan in this wax, they're joined at the hip. Also make sure you use pure so that you're cleaning the paintwork completely of any old waxes, because this is something that you don't want to mix with any other type of wax at all, because it's an exceptionally good wax. You don't want to dilute it with anything else. Anything under the wax, make sure that it's fully cured before applying it, because again, you don't want to detract from the look of this wax. So in terms of what does it offer, so there's a really good photograph of a customer's car, John's, on the website, and it just encompasses exactly what this wax is all about. You've got the depth, you've got clarity of colour or accuracy of colour. So what that means is the colour that's reflected in the paint is nigh on the same as what you'll see. So if you see a tree with green leaves, the colours will be nearly the exact same, which is very difficult to do, especially bearing in mind that the colour of the car has something to do with that as well. It's got the gloss, it's got wetness, it's got depth, it's got durability. It really is a supercharged wax. And the beauty of this is it's all natural. There are no synthetic ingredients within this wax at all. It's the most pure wax that we offer. And I would say that's probably why it's so popular. So in terms of best selling, and that might be a way that you choose your wax. Now, bearing in mind, some of these waxes have been with us for 8 to 10 years. Jordan is already in our top 5 of the luxury collection, which is quite a feat. Bearing in mind that Rory is probably our 4th ever wax that we released. Ultra was round about the same time. Ivory, so Ultra, Ivory, Rory, they all came about at the same time. And it's overtaken Ranach as a bestseller. Now, Ranach, as I've covered, is an exceptionally popular wax within the luxury collection. But again, it's another way that you can make your purchasing decision by sorting the products into best selling. You can also read through the reviews as well, watch some of the videos, and obviously if you want, we've got live chat, we have WhatsApp, you can phone, you can email, and we can discuss some of the pros and cons. It's always good if you send a few photographs of your car, and also the time that you're willing to spend. Realistically, what are you willing to spend on the paint of a weekend? And there's no right or wrong answer to this. You might be wanting to spend, we've got customers that spend an hour maximum cleaning the car, and what they buy is they buy spa, they buy rinse, and they buy wax plus. And you can easily protect the car. And bearing in mind, wax plus will last 5 to 6 months, even in winter. And if you put 2 coats on, you'll definitely get the 6 months. Also, it'll depend how you clean the car. If you're using a lot of pre-washes, alkalines, TFRs, that type of thing, obviously that will detract from the longevity. We would absolutely advise minimum use of pre-washes when you're using the luxury waxes, just simply because you don't want to detract from the looks at all. So bearing in mind the oils all settle at different rates, so maybe the one that's providing X, you don't want that to fail before Y, etc. So when I'm using these waxes such as Philip, I reach for that a lot. I tend to use the shampoo as a pre-wash. And by a pre-wash, I'm not really looking for it to be touchless. I'm just looking for it to soften the dirt. Anything that is a touchless wash is for a wax, a connoisseur, enthusiast, whatever the artisan, whatever the title you prefer. Anything that results in a touchless finish or near touchless finish is a very, very aggressive chemical. These are degreasers. So that's why we are so careful about recommending these products. So yeah, definitely take a look at the website, look at the luxury car wax collection, and see if there's something for you. And as I said, get in touch. If you've got a special paint, a certain car, something you're a bit concerned about, maybe there's some delamination, oxidization, let's get that sorted first, and then we can look at the waxes. And there are non-abrasive ways if you're not too keen on using things like a machine polisher. There are maybe more gentle ways. They're not as efficient, but they'll probably do for the moment. It just depends. Everyone's got a level of expectations that they want for the car, and they're all different. So that's why it's important to open up that conversation and say, look, I spend 6 hours a week on the car. I spend 3 hours, I spend 1 hour, whatever it might be, and we can cater a package specifically for you that works in with your time. And as I said, there's no right or wrong answer. The thing is always about using the best products you can, because you'll get better results and it'll be easier to use as well. Certainly with the luxury collection, because of the oils, you'll tend to find that the final look takes about 24 hours. It'll look fantastic the minute you take the wax off, but you'll see an improvement just simply because the oils are not evaporating at the same rate as petrochemicals would. So it's a nice wee surprise in the morning when you come down, you think, wow, the car looks even better than it did last night or yesterday afternoon. So take care of yourself. So get this up on the website, and hopefully that helps in your choice with a luxury wax. Take care. Bye-bye.